Hello, my name is DenisseCortez, and I will be arguing debate number 6 on whether the International Criminal Court has or has not been a productive IGO when trying war criminals. I stand with the argument that the International Criminal Court has not been a productive IGO when trying war criminals. The ICC was established in 2002 with the goal to hold accountable those who have committed some of the world's worst crimes. And this, of course, includes war crimes. But in the 20 years of the court's existence, it has been short on meeting those expectations. Since the court's existence, this is according to the ICC's website. So since its existence, the court has had 31 cases, of which 22 have involved war crimes. Out of the 22 cases involving war crimes, only 3 cases have involved a conviction, 2 cases were closed, 7 are in custody, 8 are at large, and 2 were acquitted. So instead of success, this goes to show the inefficiency of the court thus far. Some of the setbacks that the ICC faces are that the ICC does not have its own police force nor an enforcement body, which results in lack of resources to capture individuals who are still roaming around free. The ICC hopes and relies on the cooperation of states around the world to help with making arrests and with transferring those arrested to the ICC detention center. But statute members do not always assist the court in such situations. Al-Bashir, for example, has an arrest warrant by the ICC for crimes against humanity, genocide, war crimes in Sudan. And there has been numerous instances where Bashir has traveled outside of Sudan, and countries that are signatories to the Rome Statute, such as South Africa, have been unwilling to turn him in over to the ICC, as is their responsibility. An exploratory study was conducted, and it documents International Criminal Court personnel's perspective on the effectiveness of the ICC. The most common response by the personnel when it comes to the court's main weaknesses is that the ICC has a hefty reliance on state cooperation when carrying out its operations. ICC personnel felt that state cooperation could systematically bias investigations. And this is because, according to these respondents, governments would only be likely to volunteer information and investigate that were politically advantageous to their governments. Another weakness expressed by the ICC personnel was that it takes too long to gather evidence from crimes that happened many years ago, which can lead to cases not making it to the pretrial stage, to cases being closed. So of the 22 cases involving war crimes, 2 were closed and will continue to be considered closed unless the prosecutor presents new evidence. But as the personnel stated before, it takes too long to gather evidence. Now, has the court been fair and effective with convictions under its belt? So the 3 individuals convicted of war crimes were convicted as follows. Al-Mahid found guilty as a co-perpetrator of the war crime consisting in intentionally directing attacks against religion and historic buildings in Mali. He was sentenced to 9 years of imprisonment on September of 2016. And on November of 2021, Mr. Al-Mahid's imprisonment sentence was reduced by 2 years. Jermaine Kantanga was found guilty as an accessory of 1 count of crime against humanity, murder, 4 counts of war crimes, attacking a civilian population, destruction of property, and he was sentenced to 12 years of imprisonment. Lubanga was found guilty on March of 2012 for war crimes and enlisting and conspiring children under the age of 15 and using them to participate actively in hostilities. He was sentenced to a total of 14 years of imprisonment. So these sentences, in my opinion, do not mirror the horrible crimes that these individuals have committed. With sentences like these, individuals with the intention to commit future similar crimes will continue to do so. Another setback for the ICC is that it is not backed by powerful states such as the United States, such as China and Russia. So the lack of support from these powerful states can undermine the ICC's credibility. So, as I mentioned before, these are the reasons of why I think that the International Criminal Court has not been a productive IGO when trying war criminals. Thank you so much for your time.